Scholars, for our guided reading lesson today, we want to first begin with our I cans. Our first I can of the day is we want to know that good readers can read from left to right. So repeat after me. I can read from left to right. Good job, scholars. We want to read from left to right. The next thing that we want to be able to do as good readers is point under the words as we read. So scholars, repeat the next I can statement after me. I can point under the words as I read. Great job, scholars. The next thing we want to be able to do as good readers is we want to be able to find the pattern in a text. The pattern is the words that we're going to see on every page. When we recognize this pattern, it's going to help us be able to read. The pattern of the book we're going to be reading today is the blank. So I want everyone to have their eyes on my screen, and your teachers are looking for eyes on your screen. And you're going to say the pattern, the blank. Ready? Go. This is the pattern we're going to see on every page in the book we're going to be reading today. Scholars, this is the book we are going to be reading today. We're looking right at the front cover. This is the front cover. On the front cover is where we can find the title, which is the name of the book, the author, which is the person who writes the book, and the illustrator, if there is one, which is the person who draws the pictures. So if we're looking at the book that we're reading today, we see the title right here, On an Airplane. This is the title or the name of the book. This is the title. Great job. Now we're going to look down here and we see there's an author. The author is the person who writes the pages in a book. The author writes the Awesome. Our author of this book today is Margot Oliver. Margot Oliver is the person who wrote the pages in our book today. The illustrator of our book is the person who draws the pictures. The illustrator is the person who draws the pictures. Great job. The illustrator of our book today is Nina de Pantonia Nil. Nina de Pantonia Nil is the person who drew the pictures in our book today. Now remember back to what we first started our lesson. Good readers can point to each word as they read, under each word as they read. Good readers read from left to right, and good readers recognize the pattern. Let's pause here, and who can remind me what was the pattern that we said was going to be in our book today? Great job. The pattern is the blank. Awesome. As we read this book, we want to keep in mind that this text is nonfiction. Nonfiction means about real things or they are not made up. So nonfiction means real things because they're not made up. All right, scholars, when I say nonfiction means, you say about real things or not made up. Okay, you ready? Nonfiction means? Nonfiction means? Great job. So we know our pattern. So we're going to get started with our text. All right. We know good readers read from left to right. So I'm going to draw an L because I know I want to start on the left side of the page. I'm going to put a dot under each word as I read. The pattern starts the word the ticket. Because we know our pattern is the blank. So on this page it's the ticket. We started on the left side of the page and we read from left to right. And we recognized our pattern because this, the word the, is the beginning of our pattern. I want to draw an L because I want to remind myself that I need to start on the left side of the page. And then I'm going to get my dot and I'm going to get point under the words, because remember we point under the words as we read, because if we point on the words, look, if I point on the word, can you still see it? No, you can't, so we're going to point under. We're going to start with our pattern, the pilot. Awesome job, scholars. We're going to start on the left side of the page, and we are going to point under each word as we read, starting with the first word of our pattern, the bag. Teachers, can you have a scholar reread this page to you? Great job rereading this page. That was awesome. Now let's keep going. We're going to go to the next page. We are going to draw an L because we know good readers want to start on the left side of the page. And we're going to point under each word as we read, starting with the pattern, the seat. The seat. Great job. Let's keep going. I want to start on the left side of the page because I know good readers start on the left side. I'm going to point under each word as I read, starting with the pattern, the window. Window is a big word. I wonder how many letters are in the word window. Can we count how many letters are in the word window? Let's do it. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Scholars, can you show me with your fingers holding up how many letters are in the word window? I see lots of people with 6 fingers up. Good job, scholars. There are 6 letters in the word window. Great job. Good readers want to start on the left side of the page because good readers read from left to right. You're going to point under each word as we read, starting with the pattern, the snack. Great job, scholars. Let's pause here and think. Which side of the page should we be starting on? The left side. And where should we be pointing as we read? Under the words. Great job, scholars. Let's keep going. We want to start on the left side of the page because good readers read from left to right, and we're going to point under each word as we read, starting with the pattern, the sky. Great job, scholars. We want to start on the left side of the page, and we're going to point under each word as we read, the airplane. Great job, scholars. How many words do we see on this page? Great job. There's 2 words. The airplane. 1, 2. Great job, scholars. Who can tell me, looking at this picture, where does an airplane fly? Yeah, an airplane flies in the sky. Great answer. Where the plane flies? Who drives the airplane? Who do you think drives the airplane? Teachers, you can pause and ask for answers. Good answer. The pilot drives the airplane. The pilot is the person who flies the airplane in the sky. Looking back to the person who was wearing a seatbelt, the little girl wearing a seatbelt, why do you think people wear seatbelts on a plane? Yeah, people wear seatbelts on a plane to be safe. Great job today, scholars.